The biggest black diamond in the world has just been purchased by a YouTuber not minding the fact that it is at the center of a cryptocurrency fraud, which is the issue. Also, we will be going down on memory lane to look at the vital coin that changed the crypto market view through a groundbreaking partial win over the SEC. If this sounds like something of much interest to you, be sure to check out this new video starting now. Hello and welcome to our channel, where we talk about the latest updates from Shiba Inu and the world of cryptocurrencies in general. If this is your first time watching one of our videos, we extend a special welcome to you. We invite you to hit the notification bell so you never miss another video. Now, let's dive in. Richard Hart is a crypto influencer and YouTuber who, for many, lives the lifestyle of their dreams. As a result, the number of individuals who follow him on social media never stops rising. He poses in front of a Lamborghini, flaunts his Rolex watches, offers tips on how to become wealthy, and is persuaded that by doing these things, he is improving the world. However, as the idiom goes, not everything that glitters is gold. The entrepreneur and well-known social media personality is embroiled in a major dispute about his company. Since he has been charged by the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, with cryptocurrency fraud, we will see that its size is not insignificant. Hart recently shelled out millions of dollars to indulge himself. One of the luxuries owned by the YouTuber was called the Enigma. It was the largest polished black diamond in the world, a 55-facet, 555.55 carat stone that may have formed as the result of an asteroid or meteorite collision. The diamond generated so much intrigue that 71 million people saw one of its duplicates. However, this special stone quickly found a buyer who was prepared to pay for it. It was purchased for $4.3 million in November of last year by an undisclosed buyer who completed the transaction using bitcoins. Later, we discovered that Hart was responsible for this decision, and that the diamond would now be known as the Hex.com diamond, in honor of one of his works. The money from the YouTuber controlled fraud businesses Hex, PulseChain, and PulseX, which was used to buy the diamond, as well as luxury items, sports cars, and watches. Hart urged investors to purchase securities for crypto assets in transactions he couldn't record. Then, he defrauded those investors by using some of their cryptocurrency assets to buy extravagant luxury items. According to a statement from the SEC's regional office director, Eric Werner. About Fort Worth. Hex was first marketed by Hart in 2018 under the promise that it was the first high-yield, blockchain certificate of deposit. And the company started to advertise Hex tokens as an investment that would make people rich. According to the U.S. regulators' document, Hex's offers between December 2019 and November 2020 appeared to have happened erratically and in violation of U.S. federal rules and regulations. The accusations also include the recycling of funds, a strategy that entails moving money between exchanges using covert addresses in order to conceal it and inflate investor funds. This led to a sophisticated theft scheme involving millions of dollars, which ended in an SEC indictment. It should be emphasized that the investigation into the YouTuber's financial activities is still ongoing, and no criminal charges have been filed against him as of yet. As we've seen, the world of cryptocurrencies is still in its early stages, and while it is exciting, it is also ripe for fraud and other issues that could negatively impact consumers. One of the most notable examples is the demise of the FTX and the Lehman Brothers cryptocurrency concurrent with the demise of Luna. The largest cryptocurrency exchange, Binance, has also recently been sued by the SEC for misappropriating millions of dollars and breaking U.S. laws. By the way, let's go down on memory lane and look at the outstanding coin that changed the crypto market view through a groundbreaking partial win over the SEC. Please, do not forget to subscribe to our channel and also hit that notification bell to be the first person to get more updates about the latest happenings as regards to Shiba Inu. In its significant legal battle with the SEC, Ripple has triumphed. The repercussions not only have an impact on cryptocurrencies themselves but also on any future disputes the cryptocurrency industry may have with American regulatory agencies. Determining how much cryptocurrency is a security is at issue. To what extent may they be required as additional financial tools is a crucial topic. For the first time, Southern District of New York Judge Annalisa Torres has expressed her opinion in writing regarding this issue that so strongly divides the industry. XRP, as a digital token, is not itself a contract, transaction or scheme that incorporates Howey's requirements of an investment contract, Torres says. In other words, XRP, Ripple's token, is not a security. that can generate profit through a third party, as stocks can, for example. Since 2020, the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, has sued Ripple and its cryptocurrency. The regulator argues that the token itself was used to earn profits since 2013 totaling up to $1.30 billion. Ripple would have been dealing with unregistered securities unlawfully had they seen XRP as a security. The legal battle over Ripple and its XRP currency has gained the most attention, but similar arguments may be made for other issues involving Solana, Matic, Binance USD, or Cardano. Because of this, the cryptocurrency industry views this verdict in favor of Ripple as a triumph overall, despite the fact that it is not yet final. There wouldn't be such a protracted and challenging trial if it were so simple to say if XRP is a financial asset or not. The judge notes that while XRP was a security when it was initially sold by Ripple to profit-seeking institutional investors, it was no longer one when it was traded anonymously between buyers and sellers on secondary marketplaces. That is, through exchanges. Whether or not to classify tokens as financial assets depends on the information and expertise of those who have access to them. So, what is the core difference between securities and commodities? Well, for these investors, XRP was a financial asset that they could use in conjunction with others to make money through a variety of channels. Instead, it was just a virtual currency for purchasers through exchanges. According to this theory, Bitcoin is never a security. Even the SEC does not deny it. It qualifies as a commodity because of the way it is built and its composition, which prevents a small number of investors from arbitrarily changing its value. For instance, by destroying tokens or making modifications among a select few. The exchanges will be able to sleep more peacefully if the judge interprets the legal case in this way. The SEC has sued exchanges like Coinbase for offering these assets illegally, thus this is a blow for them. Justin Slaughter, the legal director at Paradigm, said that using this logic would make it very difficult to prove that secondary token sales are securities. The SEC are on the verge of filing an appeal, but even if they succeed on appeal, they are likely to lose in the Supreme Court. What role does the Howey test play? The judge's argument cites the 1946 SEC versus W.J. Howey County Supreme Court case, which defines a financial security if it meets certain requirements. Ripple and XRP meet these requirements, as institutional buyers' fortunes are tied to the company's success and the reasonable expectation of gains derived from others. However, the SEC argues that this interpretation is unfair, as anonymous investors through exchanges receive less support. John Reed Stark, a former SEC official, argues that this unfairness contradicts the foundation of U.S. securities laws, as considering XRP as a security implies more demands. The debate will continue until the Supreme Court decides, and Ripple's lawsuit against the SEC is just a small victory. The Supreme Court's decision will determine when cryptocurrencies are considered financial assets like stocks or basic currencies like the dollar. A different choice is for Congress to decide to amend the statute to end the argument. After hearing about Judge Torres' ruling, a number of congressmen have opened this path. Although it would be the best course of action for the SEC, due to the lack of agreement, it is extremely unlikely to occur. In Europe, a third option has been selected: the creation of specific legislation for cryptocurrencies, which treats them as having their own features and obligations rather than treating them as securities or commodities. To overcome these difficulties, a regulatory approach that is very different from American thought is required. Now, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this in the comments section. Write us anything down here, we are very eager to read you. Always remember that you are an important part of our community. With that, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, give the video a like and don't forget to subscribe. This really helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Also share this video to as many people as possible. Let's get this news everywhere. If you are a true cryptocurrency fan, don't miss any of our content and don't forget to follow us on our new Instagram account at FactMakeMoney. See you in a future opportunity to talk about the latest news that concerns us all as a community. Thanks for watching.